Hey, welcome, welcome. And I know what you're gonna say, but but the artisan we built a husk farm last week. Why are we doing it again? Why are we doing the same thing that we did last week this week? And the truth is, we built this farm, and this farm is trash. This farm is trash, and because this farm is trash, we are trash. Because that's how it works, right? The transitive properties of being trash. It is a stain on our very existence, and it must be purged. It shall be purged. So, with that in mind, I took this farm. I tried to make it work. I really thought it would work. I tried my hardest to make it work. I added a huge glass roof up there, as you can see. That increased the rates a bit. And it was still garbage. I AFK'd on and off at this farm for about a week, and all we got was a single double chest of sand. And I tried. So I took things to Creative World. I tried to expand it. I replicated the farm 4 times over. That got us to about 4 to 5 stacks of sand an hour. That is not good enough. So I've talked about this on some other Discords. Everyone was like, just build Paz's farm. Build the one that Impulse built in his Skyblock world. And so I went and I looked at the farm. And that farm it produces 11 stacks of sand per hour. That's twice what we would have got if we'd expanded this to its maximum capacity. But I don't want 11 stacks of sand an hour. I want more. So one thing that for those that don't know me that well, one thing that you will learn is I have two modes, off and scorched earth. So I went to the creative world and I cooked. I may have traded some of my sanity in this endeavor but I came up with a farm that will produce a double chest of sand every hour. And we're building that because 11 stacks? No. That is rookie numbers. We are going for 50. We're going for 50 or we're gonna basically lose our sanity trying. But so yeah, so I sort of marked out an area. So I was up till about 1 a.m. last night sorting out the killing floor for this farm. Let's just appreciate that this is the killing farm floor of the current farm. This is the size of the current farm in its entirety. This is the killing floor of the new farm. And I missed one block. Damn it. Okay, we can fix that. But yeah. So we are going all out. We're going to build the most ridiculous farm in... Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, sorry. We're building the most ridiculous farm in the history of Skyblock. This is going to be the most powerful sand farm the Void has ever known. And the size of it is because we're going for a very different style. So I looked at this farm. I tried to figure out what was wrong with it. I tried to figure out how we were going to fix it. And the problem we have with this farm is look at these guys. They spend so much time sat up here, right? But we need to have some time between the flushes. If the flushing while the flushing is happening, no mobs can spawn when the flushing is. But while the mobs are there, they're taking up the mob cap and they're not dying. So when I expanded this out and it's like this farm doesn't use that much of the mob cap, right? So it gets to about, well, I think there's about 8 mobs rendered in back at our base, but yeah, it does about 10. So we could expand this a good sort of 6-7 times to get maximum more rates out of it, but it takes so long for the mobs to die, right? Some of these mobs can be in the world for upwards of 30 seconds. And all the time they're there, they'll be stopping other mobs from spawning. So this whole concept, no, in the bin. In the bin, it's gone. We're not doing this anymore. We're going for a slightly different design instead. So what we're going to do is we are going to fix it so that the mobs spawn into the world and almost immediately fall to their death. We're not going to move them around with water. We're gonna drop them straight down from where they spawn onto the magma, which is why this one has a much larger sort of surface area, as mobs can stray a little bit as they fall, so they can go about 3 blocks to the sides. So we've ended up with this, and yeah, the spawning platform is going to be, we're going to have 5 of them, 5 spawning platforms, and they're going to run the length of the farm, and they're going to be 12 blocks wide, and then we're going to have a piston on each side, and that is going to move the floor in such a way that the mobs will fall down, they will splat against the magma. If they don't splat against the magma, then they will basically do the same as that guy did and die to burning toes. There is powered rails underneath all of this magma, and we'll run carts back and forth to collect the goods. And this is how we're going to do it. So this way mobs will be in the world for as short a time as possible. I don't actually have all the resources to build it at the moment. I've brought some stuff over. So this is how many observers and pistons we're going to need. We'll probably need more dispensers, probably more repeaters, and probably. But yeah, we're going to need all of this soul sand, all of these smooth stone slabs. This is where the sand from the previous farm went. We've got some extra powered rails. This is nowhere near as many bamboo trapdoors as we need, so we're going to have to actually set up a small bamboo farm just to get the trapdoors that we need. This is a third of the glass we're going to need. But this farm is modular, so as we should hopefully be able to bring one module online that will start producing sand and we can use the sand from that to create more glass to finish off the next module, and then we'll have 2 modules in action. And then once we've got the mass from those, we can use those to get the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th, and it should snowball, right? But just for now, let's get started. And I think first we're going to need a small bamboo farm to get things going. But yeah, sorry, rant over. Let's say hi to chat. We have Crumbs and Splash. I'm actually playing with them on their SMP at the moment, so Well, not right this second, but when I'm not in Skyblock, I'm mostly playing on their. If I'm playing Minecraft, I'm mostly playing on their server. So do check them out. We also have Waddle and Story. Welcome in to all of you, and yeah, okay. So let's get this madness underway. So a quick and simple bamboo farm. If we have an observer, piston, redstone dust, a block, some glass, a hopper, so a couple of those. A chest. I should have a chest somewhere. And we'll need something to grow the bamboo on, so let's go get some sand from the crab farm. Okay. Yeah, I've basically all of the bamboo I have in the world is now in those trapdoors, and it's and yeah, we need at least another few chests full of them. So quick and dirty bamboo farm, we should be able to put some chests down. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Change this around actually, so that we use less space. Okay, I'll put a chest, 2 double chests there. We'll put some hoppers into those. Put a double chest on top of that. Any more hoppers to be had? Yes. Oh. My oh, I am. Are we back? Sorry, I am sorry about that. My screen has been playing up something chronic lately, and it looks like it's going to continue. Yeah, and every time, and it's going to take OBS with it. And OBS was actually behaving today. I desperately need to get this sorted, but it is a Windows problem, so I need to figure out what Windows doesn't like about my machine. Okay, let's put that there. Bamboo shoot. Like that. We need a dispenser. Two observers. Let's go pickaxe, because tools would be useful right now, right? Silk touch pickaxe acquired. Oh. Are my frames? Are my frames? Yeah. Where have our frames gone? Okay. That's better. Okay, so we're going to want a dispenser here. No. Let's try again. Wow. Okay, it's going to be one of those days, is it? Okay, we want a dispenser here. The piston there. A hopper going into that. Chest there. And then we're going to want an observer. One that way. And one this way. Okay. And I brought some bone blocks. Well, these are from the skeletons that were killed by the farm upstairs. Oh. And here we go. Quick and dirty bamboo farm. This should convert. Oh. Oh. Mistakes were made. We're gonna need. Can we plant? Oh. Normally I do this with mud, but I didn't have any at hand. And it's not. Okay. This is going quite to plan. It's okay. Let's. turn that off for now. And what we'll do is we have some iron here. We'll create a minecart and a hopper and a hopper minecart. There we go, and then we can salvage this. So put that back, that back. Didn't actually use the block. Okay, so if we put the minecart power light, right? Okay, so put that on there. Take out that. Put the sand. Where's our sand? We'll take our sand back. Put that in here. Put a piece of bamboo back in there. Glass back. Okay, this is going everywhere, but it's okay. I think it's only temporary. Let's encase this in a bit so we get less items flying out all over the place. Now if we turn it back on, hey, there we go. And if we want, we can actually make this a little bit faster by, it's still going to spill out, but okay, a bit here and there, it's going to hurt. Put piston there. Then we'll put one underneath, and we'll use this just to move the observer, because the observer clock will run quicker if it's been moved into place by a piston. And then we should, oh. Put that there. There we go. That is more like it. actually, we're probably producing more bamboo than the hopper can handle now. So let's just make a double speed hopper real quick. I was hoping we could go with more chests so we could leave it running in the background, but instead, let's take that one there. And then we will go into there as well. No, that's not able to pick it up. Oh, that will do for now, I guess. So yeah, we've got bamboo now. We've got bamboo coming in. This will help us build the trapdoors we need. And let's go have a look at the actual farm. All this glass again. It's a precious commodity at the moment, so where's the bone? The bones were there. Yeah, and our redstone bits are in here. This is going to help us with our bamboo trapdoor problem, but the trouble we have is, look, all of that bamboo, and trapdoors are so expensive. That is the problem. Trapdoors are so ridiculously expensive, and we need thousands of them. But we'll take that. We'll take pistons. We'll take observers. Take power growls. Take those and those. Lever, repeaters, some redstone dust. We'll take a few more observers. Okay, and we'll take some of our glass. Actually, let's take more glass than anything else. Okay, so onto this farm. What do we... You raided the mob farm for gunpowder. No? Well, yeah, for those that don't know, I built a general purpose mob farm on Splash and Crumb server, and it's actually the same design as this. This is why I was so confident it was going to work, because that farm works well, and that's in a regular world above the surface, and it works fine. It's producing so many resources that like it's fine. There's enough there for everyone. Alright, but then here, no. It did not want to play ball here. So how is this going to work? So first up, we're going to have some rails, and then we're going to have a row of pistons. Oh, not like that. Can I pick you up? No. Okay, we'll go get you in a sec. Yeah. So we have a row of pistons. Why? Oh, good thing we have feather falling. Oh, it's getting dark. Yeah. Actually, I think that's a bit too far back. I did design this in Matica, so we should be able to. Yeah, this is the vastness of this farm when it's fully built. Sneak preview. I don't really like building in. I don't really like using Matica to build in survival in this world. Most of the stuff we've done here, we've done from scratch. Well, everything we've done in this world, we've done from scratch. This is basically the first time that I've caved and gone and built a farm in creative first. Normally, I'll read things. I'll have some assumptions, like this one over here. I know that I know that this farm, I know that the general mob farm this was based on works really well. Right, so I sort of assumed that it would work just as well here if we cut it down to one layer and we move it closer down to the base of the world, that we get some good results. But it wasn't to be. Okay. So then, just look. Yeah. Sorry, just to remind myself one last time. What I did. So this farm is based on a shifting floor mob farm that was designed and put in a video by Ilmango, who is a far smarter redstoner than I will ever be. So he built a farm using the same shifting floor design. His was a bit different. So he basically he had a slab roof on top of his to make it dark, which is sensible. In a regular world, that will mean that we get in a regular world that would be the sensible thing to do, right? That means it's dark all the time, and mobs will spawn around the clock. So because we are weird, we want one where we want to have husks only in our mob farm. Sorry, we want to have husks spawning in our mob farm. Husks only is we won't be able to get. But what we can get, but what we can do is cut down some of what will spawn. So what we're going to do is create a farm where only zombies, skeletons, and creepers can spawn. Or well, zombie variants, skeletons and creepers can spawn. And we're going to give it sky access by putting a glass roof on it instead of a slab roof. And that will mean that the husks will spawn more than the zombies will. And then we have basically walls of trapdoors along here. And this means that anything that spawns inside here, let's put those down so I can actually get through, will basically be stuck in its little lane. And because things spawn in the middle of a block, that's fine. And then no spiders will spawn because they're too big. But the skeletons and the creepers and the husks and the zombies will all spawn like here, and they won't have any way to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull the floor out from under them. So if I take a repeater, we could create a little repeater clock here, and then a comparator. Go into that. That there. Then we put a lever here. Three. And this one we want on 2. We'll turn this on. Wait, why is this not? Ah. Oh, sorry, I forgot. There we go. Oh no, subtraction mode, that's on. Yeah. Here we go. It's like, why is this not working? There we go. There. So this is going to create a clock, and each of these is on 4 ticks. So we've got 4, 8, 16, 17, 18. This will give us 19, and then 20. So every 20 seconds, well, every 20-ish seconds we should see a pulse coming out of this observer, which then powers these, which then creates a, there we go, so we get a pulse of pistons all the way along. So then we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to alternate the soul sand and the slabs. And the soul sand is less than a full block tall. So if we move along here, we can see that we sort of drop down. So yeah, we can see We go down 0.1 of a block as we move on to the soul sound, as we can see in the top in our top right corner, our coordinates, our y coordinate. We go from -33 to -33.1. What this means is, as this floor moves, anything stood on a slab gets anything stood on the soul sound. As the slab moves in, then suddenly their feet will be under the top of the block, and they'll start to fall through. For anything on the slab, the soul sound will move over. They'll land on the soul sound, and then when it moves back, their feet will be under a full block, and they'll fall through the floor as well. And this will give us a this basically gives us a spawning floor that nothing can sort of stand on for more than a couple of seconds. Right? And once it's been on there for a couple of seconds, it's been sort of yeeted through the floor, it will then fall down and die on the magma floor below. So we're going to fill in part of this floor now. We'll go get that in just a second. So as soon as we go down, this will become spawnable and a hot bed for mobs. So we'll have to make sure we go down during the daylight, or we at least light this up temporarily while it's open, and things can see. Oh. One short. Okay. Let's get these slabbages in. And then we should actually have enough here to see it working once night rolls around. Okay, so then we need our pistons again. Then we have our rails there. I'm just going to break this for now. Oh. Okay. And then trapdoors again. is not what we're after. I do that with all of those. Okay. The camera movement where it goes into a smaller FOV for soul sand, it can be so jarring when you're moving on and off of it. So I am a bit sorry. I am sorry about the shaky camera. Here we go. Let's we should probably actually go down and grab the stuff that fell before the night rolls around, just so that we can make sure that we're stopping anything from spawning up there. In the meantime, the amount of resources involved in... Oh, let's just take the hit. Shall we? Oh. Pork chops. There we go. Okay, so we've got basic mechanics. Once we've got these trapdoors in, we can actually see. We will be able to see how it actually operates in practice. Okay, hopefully these are going in the right angle. There's always one. Okay, so let's here we go. I'm getting closer, getting closer. We don't currently have a collection system, so we'll have to figure out something for the collection. I think just for today we'll set up something with some old school minecart unloaders, but I think in the long run we'll we'll probably go with something more more efficient. So there is something I've been wanting to play with called box yeeting, cart yeeting, which is basically collecting, taking a hopper minecart, and then you sort of destroy it to take all the items out at once, and then send it back out. And I found a nice design for those online, but they're a bit complicated, so we may save that bit for next week. And for now, we'll do some more inefficient collection, but it will be good enough. But yeah, ideally what we want to do in the long run though will be we'll collect all of the stuff from this farm. We'll drop it all off into a water stream, and then we'll channel that up to a bank of chests, and then we'll sort it there. Later on, when we have shulker boxes in this world, we'll swap that out for something that will automatically load everything into shulkers. Yeah, we want to get ourselves to a position where we have all this stuff nice and sorted, and we come over, and I think this farm is going to produce so many other mob drops as well. So we should be seeing, we'll see a bit of redstone from it, but we'll see a bunch of bones, we'll see a bunch of arrows, gunpowder, etc. So what we will probably end up doing in the long run is, I think, well, at least in the short term, this will probably replace our mob farm back in the base as our main source of sort of mob drops. So if we need any gunpowder, or if we need any arrows, or if we need any, well, until we get the witch farm done, if we need any redstone, we'll probably still have it produce a bit of redstone, just for, because, well, it would be a waste to throw it away. And yeah, any bones, we'll get all of that from here. Here we go. So that's... put piece of glass on there because we don't want anything spawning. We're going to close in this front to make it a bit safer. And we'll do the same along here. We'll put a roof on here. This will stop Endermen from spawning, as now everything inside is only 2 tall, so there's no actual space for them to spawn. So as I said, we're no Endermen, no spiders because of the size of these channels. Just creepers, husks, the occasional zombie, and skeletons. That's all we should actually see from this farm. And here we go. Let's try and get this on before the night ends, and then if we back away from the farm here, we should actually see some spawns. We just have to finish up a little bit. Well, we'll have to connect up the last of the wiring first, though, I guess, and yeah, then we should be ready. So let's put in. Oh. Here we go. Let's take the. Take this. Okay, so this is lighting up. How far are we going? Here. Here. Right, this one doesn't light up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that out. And then we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 this way. Break that out. One, 2, 3, 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space. 1, 3, 4. Okay. So now we want to put 2 more observers in here. So each of these observers adds a 2 game tick delay, or a 2 redstone tick delay. So now every time a pulse goes past, yeah. It's actually moving faster than the game updates. So we see this this floor sort of moves over and moves back within the same second. So there you go. Oh, yeah. So we can see that, and then that pulse moves along, and the floor moves back and forth. So anything in there will get dropped down to its death. So if we now back away far enough, here we go. We can see that mobs are now spawning up there. Let's get to a safe distance. Here we go. So look, here we go. So there we go. The farm in action. We've only got a small part of the floor here, but we've already got some mobs. So they spawn in here. Here we go. And then as the floor, as this pulse moves along and the floors move back and forth, they'd suddenly drop straight through. Maybe it needs a little bit more delay in the back and forth thing. We can look at that. We can look at that later. Once we've got it in, we can play around a bit more with the timings. But yeah, all the mobs drop down here. They die on impact for the most part. If it has feather falling, then it might survive, but then it will get burnt up by the magma, and as a result, we get precious sand. But the time that the mobs get to actually spend in the world is so much less here than it is with the farm over there. So as we build this out, we'll get more and more mobs falling. And we can hoover up all of their goodies. So So we'll probably need a circumference on this just to stop anything escaping. We'll do it. We'll do just the one ring for now. We'll only go this way. Oh. Oh. This will give us a bit of protection, so the only thing that we'll be able to get through is baby zombies. We probably won't get too many of those. Famous last words. But this is going to give us. This will just mean that the only thing that will be able to get us will be a baby zombie or a baby husk with feather falling boots, which should be a fairly rare drop. So a fairly rare spawn. So assuming they don't happen anywhere close enough for it to spot us and head towards us, we should be fine. And they shouldn't be able to get out of the farm. And later on we'll come around and we'll fill this whole thing in with glass and create basically a two-tall wall around the edge. Are we at the... Yeah. Okay. So we know it works now. We've seen... let's jump off the side and go around actually, rather than across. As crouching all the way there is not fun. We should probably go and get our soul speed boots, to be honest, and that will give us the ability to walk on the Sorry, not our soul speed. Our frostwalker. And with the frostwalker boots, we will be able to walk on the magma without taking any damage. So we might do that and go collect some levers. Because what we're going to want to do is power all of these car rails, so that we can get some hopper minecarts going back and forth. We probably want a slightly bigger platform here as well, so we've got some space to build some unloading. Oh, how is this doing? Okay, we've got some small bamboo here. Let's put some of these resources back for now. We don't need these anymore. Well, not for a while. Put the soul sand back in here. Oh. Glass back in here. Trapdoors. We don't need the gunpowder. Browse as well. This is going to take a lot more bones to get these trapdoors made. That's fine. The farm will start to produce bones, and we can basically just channel all of those back in to creating trapdoors. Oh, there's still some left here. What do we have? Oh. Trapdoors. There we go. Let's put some more bone meal in this thing. Go, more of that. Let's load that up. Let's load this up. It's doing a good job of yeeting the bamboo all over the place down here. Oh, we can, I said it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to produce us some bamboo so that we can get, some more trapdoors. Alright, so that's the start of that farm. So basically what we're going to do is just repeat that all the way along, and that'll be our first module in place. But let's power the minecarts first, though. So what we're going to do is go along here. Going to power all of the powered rails by powering the magma blocks above them. Let's take that back out and put that there instead. This will power the rails immediately below it, and then I think is it 7 or 8 out from here? Let's flip all of these. And sure everything is flipped. Cool. And then we want to do the same on the other end. And then we'll figure out which blocks we have to power along here to power the whole thing. And we'll also make sure that they get some power. Slow down. Okay. I really should have made the walkway over here a bit bigger. a bit precarious. Oh, night is upon us. So we are so yeah, this will power things from this end, but it won't go all of the way. And I probably could have got away with using some regular rails in this. It didn't need to be powered rails the whole way along, so this could have been maybe a bank of power rails in the middle. But we have the gold farm, so we have gold for days. So why skimp? So, let's actually go swap our boots out. Actually, no. If we're gonna be messing around along the edge, let's keep the cheap boots on for now. As look at that, mobs, the sweet sight of mobs falling to their death. Okay, so what have we got? One. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's try. Okay, if we power this one, we get a gap. Power this one, it runs that length, and then we'll do 9 in from the other end. And then we'll keep going until we find somewhere in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 again. And then we'll come 9 from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that gives us power all the way along. Okay, so when the daylight comes around, we'll go up top onto the magma and we'll run the levers along the top instead of top, and then we'll get that same power all the way along our farm. Oh, we don't need one there. But for now, we can enjoy the dying mobs. So even our tiny little section there, and just look at the amount of drops it's producing. And this is how we're going to get to our double chest of sand per hour. It's just so much more efficient than the other farm, and this is also with that farm using mob cap as well. Yeah, they just get yeeted through the floor. We can see this pulse of moving floor moving along. And the way it works is that this little clock here is going around and triggering this this observer. I'm not actually sure what is our clock speed here. Because it goes on and off, so I suspect it might actually be I was thinking it was a 2-second clock. It's actually a 1 second. Is it 1 second? No. 1 and 2 and 1. Yeah. So I think we've got a. Yeah, I think we've got a 1 second clock here. Okay. So we've got spawnable space up here. That is not good. Let's go. We'll have to deal with that. Deal with that in case we get some nasties. Where's the glass? We'll hoover some of the bamboo up as well. Okay, there was well over a stack there. I need to be more careful with that, I guess. But yeah, let's try and fix those spawnable spots before anything else finds them. So we'll get up here. As soon as we get up here, we should be close enough to stop any spawns. Hopefully, nothing will have spawned in the meantime. Oh no, something did spawn, an Enderman. Great. Not what we want. Not what we wanted at all. Okay, can we nudge this guy towards the edge? If we nudge him off the end here, oh no. No, because Enderman the Enderman will teleport rather than fall. Alright, hopefully if we go far enough away he'll despawn. So if we wait more than 32 blocks away, he should despawn, and then we can pretend like that never happened. We'll gather up some of our bamboo instead. Let's see if we can get some more trapdoors going. Well, okay, then all of that into trapdoors, more trapdoors. I mean, this isn't the best farm, bamboo farm. It's losing a fair bit, but it's not doing too badly, right? How's it doing for bone meal though? We may need to go hunting for bone meal at some point at this rate, but oh, no. That was unwise. Okay, let's speed this up. There you go. Now we've doubled the amount of bone meal going in. So dispensers work twice as fast as hoppers, so by doing that we've upped the amount of bone meal going through to the dispenser, which means it should run twice as fast. Because otherwise, it was using up the bone meal in the dispenser, and then the hopper was only supplying it at half speed. So every second attempt, it was failing. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. We should probably build one of these properly at some point. Something that will just keep producing masses of bone meal for us. Sorry, masses of bamboo for us, and then we can then autocraft that into some planks and stuff. But okay, so daylight has returned. Let's go work on the farm. So 1, 2, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Six of those. 8 of those. So that should be enough for us to expand. Expand things a fair bit. Here we go. Up we go again. So this is no, we were going to do the levers, weren't we? Okay. We'll come back and do the levers. We'll do the levers after this. Levers next on our to-do list. Base thing there. From here we should be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, so we're going to try and do add this should be half of this module. Now we have some of it working. Oh. But also we'll go turn the clock off. As that will prevent the farm moving around quite as much. Yeah, because this one's already firing, so we don't want to have the whole floor moving underneath us as we build it. So, boom, let's turn that off. Okay. Fill in this side. That's all signed in. Oops, I might have gone one too many on this side. Oh well. We're gonna have to go get some, collect the resources from down there in a second. Okay, that's both sides of that done now. So next, let's finish off the rest of this, or let's go collect the bits that fell. No, we really should have got the. We really should have gone and got our Frostwalker boots. We'll do that now. We'll get the Frostwalker boots, and that allows us up here onto the magma without. Yeah, we'll be able to get up here onto the magma without worrying. And I think we're done with the edge. We're done with messing around the edge now, so we don't have to worry about our good boots going into the void. So that is good. They should be safe. And oh, where have you come from? Where have you come from, dude? What did we do around here that was spawnable? Ah, on top of the observers. That one spot. I think that's how things are getting out as well. So we put that like that. Okay, I think we will probably sleep the night away. Even though we have more farms around here that will only work during the night, I think we'll sleep the night away because currently the platform is unfinished and the shifting floor is not on, so we don't want things spawning up there at the moment. asleep. I think. No, it's still. Still spitting stuff all over the place. Let's drop this stuff off for now. We will do a quick trapdoor. Quick trapdoor jobby and get those. At some point I am going to end up turning like an entire inventory full of bamboo planks into pressure plates instead of trapdoors. Let's eat. And then let's go get those. Let's go get those Frostwalker boots. Where are they? The ice skates. Put flip flops back in. Yeah, drop that off. A little clean up before we go. We want our resources back. We'll take that. We'll just take a few extras that we've got to finish off the area we were working on. Glass. This one. Yeah, because we ended up doing it slightly longer than we were meant to, but it's fine. It all has to get done eventually. Okay, no, hopefully nothing spawned up here. We did sleep. Hopefully we caught it. Is there anything in here? No. We'll get this row in. Yeah, it's it is very, very cool the way that it sort of the floor sort of ripples across. And it uses some cool sort of redstone-y stuff as well. So each of these observers gets powered, and because it's powered, and because redstone is basically batshit crazy, that as this powers, it triggers this piston. As this powers, it triggers this piston. So they all get triggered by the block sort of diagonal to them. And because they're all powering one after the other, we get that nice sort of ripple effect across. Which once the farm is like fully at length, when you're watching it from the end, it's kind of cool because you just see a cascade of mobs drop one after the other, like as a wave. So you just see these waves of mobs falling. At that end, you'll get one drop and then the next and then the next and then the next, and by the time it gets to here, there's another wave starting there. So you just sort of see this sort of these curves of mobs moving along. Unfortunately, all the movement though does mean that it is a laggy boy. This is not a what? We out of soul sand. Did I not have enough? Let's. Hopefully, we've got enough of the smooth stone. We were so close as well, we almost had enough. We're only about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 short. Let's grab this torch, and yeah, here we go. So yeah, because we've now got the depth strider, sorry, the Frostwalker enchantment on our boots, we're able to run around on this magma as if it was nothing. Which reminds me, we were going to also put the levers in for our collection railway. Hoover this up. Grab all of that. And into the chest. Soul speed. And then we want levers, don't we? Take this bed with us so we can actually sleep when the night comes around. Yeah, these sort of farms are not very popular for some reason, but you can basically build a sort of 3-4 tool version of this that will perform on par with a general mob farm. They're a bit more expensive in resources, but I think they actually produce a little bit more in terms of the resources that they do provide. I think the investment of resources and time building them, like the complexity of building it and the resources required, for most people sort of outweigh the perceived benefit of the extra resources. So rather than, like, you can build one of these that will be maybe 4 times more efficient than a general mob farm, but then the amount of time and effort into building it, people just end up building 4 of the general mob farms side by side, and like the flushing ones like that, and then that sort of does them instead. But they definitely miss out on the coolness factor by doing so. And this will generate this will give us a bunch of the general mob resources as well. So as I said, we're probably not actually going to use our oh, hang on. Oh, I've messed this up. Okay. So we need to take this row of slabs out because we need room for the floor to be pushed over. But yeah, the coolness factor of this farm is definitely quite high. It is almost bankrupting me in terms of a lot of the resources that are going into building it though. So the amount of gold, for instance, we are... Oh, okay, I don't think anything spawned. Oh, we had one. Is it just him? Oh, no, he has a hat. He has a hat. Haha. Okay, we've got our observers in. Then we'll drop down and we will collect up the slabs that we dropped. Can't afford to lose any of those as we don't have much sandstone or sand left. The annoying thing is with what I've done is that the amount of oh, okay, we needed 2 more observers. The amount of sand, well, for some reason I decided to build it with sandstone, which is completely unnecessary. I could have used any stone I wanted, but I had to be extra and make my life difficult. So we could have used any kind of stone or wood in the game for the slabs. Would have made everything much easier. Just like we could have used any wood for the trapdoors. So I have a mountain of spruce wood. I could have made it with spruce, but for some reason I've decided that it's in the desert. It should be sand colored. And what is the closest trapdoor we have to sand? It's probably the bamboo ones. So I want the yellow from the bamboo. And I want the sandstone slabs. And a lot of the glass we could probably swap out for slabs and for we've swapped out a lot of the glass for slabs as well. Obviously not the bit on the roof, but the bits in the wall. For instance, the bits around this edge. It could have been any non-spawnable block. The floor up there could have been any non-spawnable block, but yeah, I've intentionally made life difficult for myself. For no real reason. And after the struggle on all the materials, this farm will make back all of the all of the materials that went into building this have taken like weeks of oh crap. Yeah, the weeks of effort that have gone into producing, into gathering materials and we're gonna get them all back in about 4 hours. 4 hours of AFK, and we'll have enough sand to smelt all of the glass, and create the sandstone, and so on and so forth. And well, if we're sensible in our material usage, it would have probably only taken an hour to get the materials back. As I said though, I had to be extra with this for if we're going to have the most powerful sand farm, we might as well flex in its materials, right? Okay, let's see. 2 more rows of these levers and we should be golden. We should have powered rails that will run minecarts back and forth, and then we can maybe put a bit of collection in under the Can we not just put these down flipped already? I just want I want a recipe for a pre-flipped lever. I know it's my own fault for being cheap, and well, I just said we were flexing, but then we're using we're skimping on materials for this, because a redstone torches would have been much easier to place. Though unfortunately, although I have a bunch of other materials at hand, so our bartering farm produced more than enough gold for us to go all powered rails on the bottom there, and had produced more than enough soul sand for the platforms up top. Our Hoglin farm is producing enough emeralds that we're able to buy a bunch of glass, which is how we've been getting the glass to is that the... Okay, yeah, I think that's the last one. Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is all lit now. What is the tool for levers? seem to mine equally quick with a pickaxe and a pork chop. It's not an axe either, but it's made of wood and stone, so it should be a pickaxe or an axe, right? Here we go. Okay, so that's all powered. Let's get in here and finish this part off. Oh, I didn't grab the extra observer, did I? Yeah, I can't wait till we can actually get this what do we have? Unflipped ones. Is that just shadows? No, shadows. Okay, we should sleep soon. Where's our bed? Should have got that to hand. Yeah, our gold farm, as I said, our gold farm gave us all the stuff we needed for the rouse, all the vast amount of wood we have from our pod solidification of the islands back at base. That has given us enough. I'll leave that for now. That has given us enough wood for sticks and stuff. We have the only thing we were short of, as I said, was the bamboo and yeah, there's the ridiculous amount of glass that this farm takes. Quartz for quartz and cobble we have an abundance of from the bartering in there, the stone farm, and the deep slate I used for the bottom there. As what we'll probably do is build an island around this, and we'll want the deep slate at the bottom, same as the other islands, and I did not want to go in there and replace it later. That all came from our basalt farm and along with the stone farm. So our farms so far have all contributed into this, but the sand is really going to open things up. I'm after observers. Let's just make sure we have enough stuff so we can take extras of that. Yeah, and then once we got this one module up, we will. Once we've got this one module up, we will use that as our. We'll turn it on, and it should start. This on its own should produce like 10 times more mats than the one over there. Though we will be missing the pack spawning bonus, so it won't get fully up to speed, but it will get close. Oh, so jarring. we'll get these placed with the trapdoors. We'll open them up, put the roof on, and then we are going to be at least 2/4 of the way through this module. And I think we'll just do this one on stream today. I'll work on some. I'll probably work on some of the others off camera, off stream, and we'll get those in place. And then we can come back and look at the collection. Probably look at the collection stuff next week. And once we have that in place, we can tear down the old terrible farm. Although actually, maybe I'll try and get some basic collection in place today, and then I can tear down that farm straight away. If we can reclaim even a bit of the glass on the top, that will go a long way towards the glass that we need for this farm. And then we can just use this one in a limited capacity for the time being. I mean, well, this should in theory, just with this one module, we should maybe get about nine stacks of glass an hour. So that's still not to be sneezed at. We might even get a bit more than that, but yeah, nine stacks per hour will basically cover all the glass we need in a small amount of time, and that should also give us about 18 stacks of bones as well, maybe. So condensed down into bone blocks, that would be condensed down into bone blocks, that would be six stacks of bone blocks. Which we can feed into the bamboo farm for extra bamboo. That'll give us that we can then use to get our trapdoors. So once we have one module up and running, I think we should be able to get to the others we should be able to get the others into the resources for the others quite quickly from the farm itself. How am I underestimating my resources so consistently at the moment? Oh. Annoying. let's go get some more trapdoors. And here we go. Let's take all of them. Yeah, we do only have an hour left of the stream, but I might go on a bit later today just so that we can get those extra pieces in place. Last piece. Get this in. Oh, can we get it done before the sun goes down? Where's our bed? Sleep the night away. Hopefully nothing spawns. Which I keep saying, and is a weird thing to be hoping for while in the, building a mob farm, but we'll save the spawns for when we're down and safe. Oh. Okay, that's one done. Okay. There's something quite therapeutic about this, just the continuous flapping of the trapdoors. I'm starting to understand the trolls that just come into a base and flip all the decorative trapdoors now. Here we go, we'll get all of these. Oh. We'll get all of these stood up. We'll put our roof on and then onto the final section, which is actually quite short compared to the bits we've done so far. we'll be 3/4 of the way there when this is done, and then we can wrap this. We can basically then call this module finished and go sort out the collection. Go another row down. I'm not sure what's faster, going along as fast as possible and then getting any stragglers on the way back, or going a bit slower along and making sure we hit everything. Here we go, that's one more done. Yeah, I think it's definitely quicker to do. I think this is definitely quicker, right? Here we go, we'll go clear this one out. This is going to be the biggest farm we have in our world as well once we're done here. It's going to dwarf everything else by like a significant margin. There we go, that's trapdoors done. Now we'll get the glass in on the sides and the top. Oh. Then we will be done. We can go start on that last final section. And then then the storage, and then I'm looking forward to cranking this, cranking her up and seeing how much stuff we get just from our first module. So as I said, we won't see the full potential of the module on its own, because we'll be missing out on the pack spawning, and for that we'll have to put a 15 block sort of rim around the edge, but let's fill this bit in as well. Yeah, so we'll have to put a floor out, a rim out at the floor level that goes out 15. Oh. Aha. down for it. Yeah, if we put a rim around the edge of 15 blocks, and we're going to put that at floor level. Normally in a mob farm, you end up putting it at the top of the farm. But it's actually more efficient to have it at the floor level. It's just in a regular farm, having it at the top level also means that it completely covers the farm in darkness as well, which means that you don't really have to worry about the walls keeping the light out. But the trade-off of that is well, I know in a regular world outside of the void, you'd probably get negligible difference from that, but when I tested this, moving that floor down definitely gave us a bit of a boost in the amount of drops. It wasn't much. It wasn't much, but it was noticeable. So. The other thing we could do with this farm as well is we could look at running some lights down the middle of the modules as well, so that we can light this thing up and turn it off when. So then, when the farm is then switched off, we will be able to. Prevent any spawning up here. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. The old matcha latte has gone a little bit cold. We have been neglecting it for a good couple of hours now, so weirdly it's still tasty even when the heat has left it. So okay, let's go get some more materials. Yeah, okay, we're gonna come fill that in as well, because it's starting to really bug me every time I see it. It's like needles in my spine. So we're gonna come back and grab. Okay, let's put our resources back for now, and then we'll take what we need sensibly. Oh, no. Leave the skills in this box. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Let's take 6 of those. 6 of those. Take all of. all of the bamboo trapdoors we can. Including any that we can make from this. Okay. The Vanilla Tweaks data pack has a quieter dispensers, quieter pistons data pack, no, resource pack, sorry. And my god, it is so much nicer to have these a little bit hushed. So we can hear it going, but it's not deafening us like it normally would. Actually, how many of these do we need? So 16. 16 blocks. And we're going to need 24 per row. So we need at least 6 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take extra just for the sake of it. Then we'll take 2 of those. And then the rest is glass. We don't need it. Actually, we don't need that much sandstone and slabs either. Yeah, we shouldn't need that many. Okay. Let's go finish this off. And we should now get ourselves to a point where we should get ourselves to a point where we have a working module. And then for collection, as I think I want to do something decent for the collection. So I want to have it all collected by the carts, and I want the carts to sort of dump everything into a water stream and then collect it all centrally and filter it out and everything else. But I think for now what I'll do is I'll put in some I'll put in some I'll just put in some standard sort of minecart unloaders with using a hopper. And we'll dump that into a double chest, and that should give us enough. That should be good enough for now. Damn it! Yes, okay. We are gaming. Yeah, that should give us enough store. That should give us good enough storage for the time being. It's gonna be terrible, but we can then come back and look at upgrading the storage when we have more in place. We can work out where we're going to route everything. Actually, if I stand on here, I'll go quick on it. Yeah, we can work out where we're going to route everything to, where we're going to put our main storage. It'll probably be somewhere over that side, near where our portal's going to come out. Or it might run along the back there. We'll use that to, yeah, and then that's where our filters will be. And then we'll use water streams to move everything along and up to up and into that main storage. And then we'll just need a little AFK spot that keeps all of this within simulation distance and spawning within the despawn spear, which we can sort of, if we idle just AFK just at the end there. When I was looking at this in a creative world, that is enough to keep. Sorry, if we AFK right at the end, over there, just after the magma, that is enough to keep the whole farm in the despawn spear, which means mobs will spawn all parts of the platforms and won't disappear. Shouldn't disappear too much on the way down to the on their way down to the floor, to the killing chamber. Oh, I think I got those back. Having better luck. I think when I've got this in the world and I've got it working as well, I'm thinking I might actually I might try and do a proper tutorial video for it. It'll be the first time I've posted a video on the channel for quite a long time. I don't think there are. I don't actually think we have any Minecraft videos, right? There's a few. There's like a couple of Valheim ones, but considering I started this channel originally because I thought video editing looked cool and I wanted to learn how to do it, I've actually done a really terrible job of that, right? I created the channel, created a couple of videos, learned how much easier it is to stream compared to actually making a video. Laziness kicked in and I have just used it for streaming ever since. But yeah, I feel like this one possibly deserves an actual video, and I can explain how it works. Come on, no sleeping yet. I can explain how the farm works. I can explain how it's built so that other people can, well, and then we can see if anyone else is crazy enough to try and build this in survival. But as we're seeing, it is entirely possible to build this in survival. I'm doing it right now. So I think this is definitely the right way around to do it, right? Because there will be someone out there that's like, no, it's too big. It's impossible to build something like that in a survival world. And then we can just point them at these streams and be like, check it out. Oh crap! Or something fell down here earlier, right? So where did that go? Can't see it. Okay. Oh no, I thought I dropped some slabs, but we rescued them. But yeah. Oh. Okay. There are mobs in the farm. We're not quite quick enough with our sleeping. I'm actually an idiot. Such an idiot. Okay, let's heal up. We do not want to. We do not want to splat ourselves down there. Especially, yeah, considering we don't have a spawn point set at the moment. Yeah. We want to get this finished. Running back from all the way back from spawn is, well, spawn, which is 5,000 blocks away, is not on the to-do list for today. Let's okay, and we don't need one for the last one. What is wrong with me today? Oh. We did drop something. There it is. Alright, silver linings. We would have missed that otherwise. Okay. Let's try again. I didn't get a magma block to fix that flaw, did I? Alright. I will definitely do it at some point. Oh, okay. Well, at least we got enough observers in along there. Let's take that out. And then this end bit, we're just gonna enclose in glass. And then we need let's fill this in. We'll get our trapdoors in, get the roof on, and then we'll be done. One module done. This is definitely going to be one of our biggest projects in the world, I think. I mean, when you compare the size of this to the ice farm, our ice farm is a fraction of the size of this, so trying to build an island up around this as well is going to be an interesting endeavour. We'll get our trapdoors in. Go. I think this is possibly the slowest part of the entire build. We might have actually been able to get away with one. High trapdoors. I wasn't sure how that would play with baby zombies. And if they would sort of end up on... I didn't want to risk baby zombies being sort of jumping up on top of the trapdoor and staying there. And then it wouldn't matter how much the floor moves back and forth then, right? The zombie is going to stay on top of the trapdoor until it despawns. And then if more of them did that, then that would start to slow down the spawning rates, as all those baby zombies hanging out on the edge of a trapdoor would then count towards the mob cap. I probably should have actually put some time into testing to see whether or not that was actually a problem and if the zombies would jump up there. But I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, right? We don't want to skimp only to have the farm break, and then we have to come in here and fix it all up later, which would then take a lot more time because we'd have to take the glass off, and then we'd have to put the trapdoors in, the extra trapdoors in, and then we'd have to put the roof back in. Go. One more row. And what have we got to take? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, four more after this. And then we just need to do our roof. Let's turn. So we don't actually need the light levels on for this, do we? We know all of this is spawnable space. It's the whole idea of it is that all of this is spawnable space. Wait, I did maths and everything. How do I not have enough trapdoors? Okay, let's go get some more. Wait, didn't I bring all of the trapdoors? Oh. Are we going to run out of trapdoors before we can finish the build? That would not be good. I don't know if we're going to have enough trapdoors. Let's get this thing going again. Sleep. Okay, while we've been working, have we got, how much bones have we got up here? bones, 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 bones. What was that I grabbed? Sand. We do want the sand, but not right this second. Grab those bones as well. Come up for more of those in a sec. Okay, we need let's fill this up, and we'll see. Maybe see if we can claim some of the stuff that's stuck at the top. We have some scaffolding here. Let's some more bone milling machine. Yeah, we can put some more in here as well. We'll go get the remainder of those bones from the chest up here. Okay, we should be able to get enough, there should be enough to get us enough bamboo to finish off our current module. And then the farm should give us enough, once we get that module running, that should then generate enough bones for us to keep the rest of the farm going. Keep this farm going for a while, and generate enough bamboo to build the remaining modules. Okay, put that back. We are also done with pistons and observers, and soul sand and the slabs. All we need now is glass and trapdoors. Why is so much of it getting caught up there? Actually, let's take a bit more scaffolding and put it up. Let's try to make sure we're gathering. Is it coming out? Can't put it across this side. Is that? Okay, it looks like that's fixing it. I just needed more coverage on the top. Yeah, it's just escaping through here now. Oh, the hoppers are unable to handle the amount that's coming through. Let's hoover that up ourselves. Try and get it into this side bit so that we can actually suck. I feel like it's. Is it? No, I think it's. Yeah. It's getting a bit stuck at the top there, so let's try and hoover some of that up ourselves. Using our inventory. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if we do build one of these, we're gonna have to invest in some decent storage for it, I think. If we ever build ourselves a proper bone meal powered bamboo farm. Oh, it's getting dark from sleep. Let's convert some of this into trapdoors. Now we should go to sleep. There's going to be a lot of mobs over in the farm now. Probably when we get back there, so we might want to take a bow, I think. Let's go into planks and trapdoors. See if we can turn this off for now. I have to find a good place to power the piston from. Oh no, we have a lever here, don't we? There we go. Let's grab what's left in. What's left in there? We'll turn it. We'll turn everything we can into trapdoors, and then we'll go and finish off this module, because I think we should have enough now. We should have enough stuff for one last module now. Okay, we've got that. Actually, if we if we do that, it might actually give us enough. Hopperage to suck everything up. Alright, we'll leave that running. We'll leave that running, and we'll see if we can get this thing done with the trapdoors we have remaining. Oh, we don't want the hoppers. Those back there. So we've got glass. Don't need the lever either. Glass, trapdoors. We don't need the scaffolding. Okay, let's go finish this off. Oh, finish this off. Hopefully, actually, we might be lucky enough that we don't have too many spawns up there, and we can get away with just the axe. If we do have any creepers and stuff, though, we might have to come back. If we do have any creepers in the thing, actually, what we could do is just turn this on for a sec. There we go. That's one way to make sure there's nothing in here, right? There we go. Now it should be safe in here for us. So we'll get these last trapdoors down. We'll get the roof on, and then we'll sort out a little bit of basic collection just for this module, and then we'll fire her up. That will give us the bones we need to generate the last of our bamboo, and the sand we need to smelt into glass to get the last of our glass. And then we can start going to town, building out the other 4 modules of this. So this is only a fifth of the farm that we've built so far. I'm going to try and build some more of the modules off camera. I think I'll build them. I'll build them while over the weekend or something, and that will hopefully mean that we don't have too much left to do with this. There's been a lot of us doing the sameness this stream, but here we go. Let's get the... It's so much nicer having an edge there now rather than a drop. Alright, let's get these all opened. I think if I bound my user key to a so okay. No, that's too fast. Well, not. Okay. I've never actually tried that one before, but apparently I thought it was. My understanding, I've seen it talked about. My understanding was it was the same as sort of binding your use button to a key rather than the mouse, but. Apparently it's not. Okay. I don't think we'll bother with that again in the future, to be honest. that was a bit too quick. I know it said fast, but I didn't think it would. Here it would be so fast it would click on a trapdoor before it could even open. And let's face it, the animation is already kind of instant, right? It's not like they move. They just instantly teleport open. Let's get this last. Come on. Nearly. Oh, we're nearly there. It's the home straight. The home straight. We nearly have this module finished. Okay. We'll do it this way for this last one. Okay, and we are done with the trapdoors. Hopefully this area is small enough that my presence will stop spawns at this end. And then we can go back and turn her on. Now I can already hear things. See a skeleton over there. Creepers. It's not what we need. Not what we need. Not at all what we need. Oh. No. Do not like. Do not like. Let's turn it on. If we turn it on, hopefully that will clear out the mobs enough that we can finish the roof. That's on. Okay. With this, hopefully we can finish the roof off, and then we can sort out that collection. So I think I'm just going to do standard one carton loaders for now, the simple ones. We'll get those in just for this slice. Have it unloading into a double chest per slice, and then we'll manually deal with the stuff that's in them. Yes. Here we go. There we go, we're done. First module completed. Look at that floor. Oh, it's so cool. like, just look at it. Sort of the ripple effect is amazing. Okay. So you can see all of the drops. We just need to get some mine carts going back and forth. Oh. Where did that come from? I think something actually took a shot at me while in the air. Is that a thing? I mean, I know the skeletons have aimbot, but can they shoot while falling? Okay. So what do we need to do some unloading? Does that run out of... Yeah, that's out of bone meal now, so... Turn it off. Let's have a look at the... what do we need to unload minecarts? Let's put this glass back and the trapdoors back. We're going to need probably going to need some blocks. We're going to need some comparators. Spruce wood somewhere. Oh, there it is. I tell you what, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab another drink real quick, and then we will finish off the collection, and then we can start to actually reap the rewards of our work today. But I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so what do we need for the unloaders? We need torches, comparators, and repeaters. So we have one comparator. That's not going to help us. Our farm is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we probably need 19 of each. 19 of each item. Well, we have enough materials for the pieces. Okay, let's convert that to sticks. we need 19. We need comparators, a comparator, a repeater, and a torch per thing. That's 6. So, alright. Let's just call it 60 torches. Comparators. Yeah, let's just make enough for 20 slices instead. Makes the numbers easier. Wait. Did I maths that wrong? Okay, then they're repeaters. So we've got comparators and now repeaters. Actually, rather than torches, we can use levers. But all of this back will these fit in there? So we'll put that in. The redstone dust can go back in here. Oh yeah, we want some blocks. So we're going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 per slice. So two stacks, and that'll be enough. And then we want to spawn proof it, so we'll take some glass as well. We need some hoppers. Where are the hoppers? And we will need some chests. More chests than that. Let's make a stack of chests. Okay. We need power rails as well. Those are the top one here, aren't they? Okay. Maybe a bit more glass. Okay, so maybe actually some slabs to extend out our work area. So let's get some slabs as well. Probably have to move our way up and down. Although at the moment this is the edge, so we could probably move this over. Probably move it over three spaces, right? We want to try and minimize the amount of scaffolding that ends up in the void. I don't know how much of that we lost, but hopefully not much. So we're going to move over 2, so 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that did we get all of our scaffolding back? Let's check. And hey, we did. Okay, that's good. Okay. So things that come out here, we probably want to take it up one level. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then our farms out. 1, 2, 3. That's there. 1, 2, 3 piston, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for the spawning chamber, then 1, 2, 3 on the side. So we'll go up. We'll go up one more here. So we've got some, because I think we'll want to be able to get into things from underneath. And then we'll put in a row of chests. So yeah, we're going to need a little bit more space. We'll expand this out a little bit. There we go. Double chests along here. And then hoppers. This is not. Hang on. This is not going to work. I think we have to go up 2. Yeah. So. We're going to have to go up 2 because what we need to do is read the side of the hopper. So a extra row of glass there. Run this up one more. Then we'll have double hoopers all the way along. We'll then run this all the way up onto here. We're going to need some regular rails as well to cut cut the power. Okay, we can make some regular rails. We can go with glass here instead, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the use the comparator to read the hoppers. And then we want to go into a regular block. The end here. Solid block here. So these comparators will read the power level from the hopper and power the block next to them. Then we're going to have repeaters along here. Oh. Do a bit more of the slabs along the back here because I'm currently teetering on the edge. We'll put glass along the top here just to make this non-spawnable. Okay, we'll need to swap one of these rails out for a regular rails, but okay, yeah, we can access the chest from here. So then let's come out a couple more. Oh. Couple more slabs. I was going to build this all the way along at that far, but I sort of lost steam. But last night while I was prepping stuff, but we'll probably do that at some point soon. Yeah, and then no, oh yeah, I was going to use. I said we could use redstone torches, but I lied. We actually need redstone torches. We need the torches themselves, so let's take that. And then we'll need 20 of those. Oh, and I said we needed regular rails in there, so let's take some sticks and some iron. Rails. There we go. Put that back. Chest as well. Levers we don't need. The hoppers we're done with. Comparators we're done with. Stone we're done with. Redstone we're done with. Glass as well. Powered rails. And we're done with the iron. Oh, what we do need, actually, let's take those chests back. And actually, we'll take all of the iron we have, because what we do need is hopper minecart. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Let's break down all of that iron for now. So we need 20 minecarts. I don't know if that was. Okay, hoppers. How many of these do we have? Not enough. So compact this back down to iron. What are we missing? Ah, okay, we just need one more. Okay. Put the iron back. And the chests. Okay, we've got these rails. And then we'll come and replace some of these rails with regular ones that will stop them being powered at the top there. Maybe here. Okay, possibly the worst way we can do the collection, but here we go. And then, oh no, I've screwed up. So what we're going to do is we have a redstone torch along here. The comparator is going to. So this comparator is going to read this hopper. If there's stuff in this hopper, i.e. there's something the minecart is here and it's being unloaded, then this comparator will power this block, which will turn off this torch. And then we have a row of blocks along above the torches, which will be powered by the torch, which will power the repeater, which will power this block, and that will power the top rail, which will mean that any cart up there will get pushed. So as soon as there's anything in the hopper, this will get powered, turn off the torch, turn off the block, turn off this round, and the cart will stay there. And then once all the items have been drained out of the cart, it will then get sent off on its merry way again. I just need to make sure that this isn't powered by the other true. Okay, so it's not being powered by the rails, so this should all work. We just need the blocks and the glass that I just said I didn't need. Oh no, that's not enough. That is okay. So now we just need to put these blocks in. There we go. You can see that's powered rails there. We'll put the glass on top to make it spawn proof. And we should be able to put down these hopper minecarts. And we have not the greatest collection, but we have some collection here now. So when night comes around, we should actually be able to get some goodies out of this now. Okay, those are all empty. We can drop our stuff off. And that's it. One of our modules completed. Rails go up here, stone down there, and glass in the end. Okay, so once night rolls around, we should actually be able to see the fruits of our endeavour. So these minecarts will just go back and forth indefinitely until we have all of our stuff collected. We can hang out over here where we should be safe from anything nasty. And let's have a look at what we've got. So as I said, this is our temporary storage. We'll use this. We'll probably just have this for this one module. We'll use this to get some more materials to build the rest, and then we'll look at building a smarter storage solution. Something that will centralize everything. But yeah, we have this module here. It sends a pulse all the way along these observers. Based on this little clock here, we're sending a pulse. We're sending our pulses along. That is shifting the floor, dropping our mobs down into this giant killing floor. And then all of those goods should end up in these chests. So all we need now is night. Where is the sun? Okay, it's over there. So it is going down. It is going down. I want to see at least one night before we call it quits. So we can have a look at the rates that come out of it. If we look at F3, we currently so there's nine monsters loaded from the mob farm we have that sort of extrudes into our lazy chunks at spawn. So we have this is another reason why I'm quite excited about the fact that this will pretty much replace our general mob farm going forward, in that we in that mod farm is not good. It served us well, but it's it does turn into a little bit of a mob switch when we're not at our base, which means that it sort of hurts the rates of things elsewhere. So it'll hurt the rates of this in its final form, it'll hurt the rates of our witch farm. And we just don't really need that happening, right? So what do we have here? Let's turn this into planks and then in trapdoors, and then we should have hopefully killed enough time for stuff to start spawning. We can go grab the bones that we just grabbed out of the other one. Feed that to our bamboo farm. Okay. Bone meal, and then that goes in the chest up here. Power on. Can run. And here we come. Here we go. The night is almost upon us. The sun there should be below the horizon. We are, after all, at the bottom of the world. So if we now have a look, see the pattern. Well, here we go. We can see the farm running. Should start to see spawns any minute now. Any minute now. Come on. Here we go. It's beginning. There we go. It's now raining mobs. Down they fall onto the killing floor. Ow. These are then getting picked up by our hopper minecarts. Brought back to this end for unloading. They should all. Oh. Okay, that's not right. They should be stopping. We might have a bit too much momentum. Check and see if anything's making its way into the chest. No. Because no, it's definitely enabled. That's empty. Ah, okay, we're starting to get some stuff in. Oh. Okay, we are getting some some bits. I would have expected more. Let's try and catch one in the middle and see if it's got. I missed the hoppers completely there. Okay, let's unload that from my hand so that we've got Wait. Okay, so there is so there's stuff in the carts. They're just not stopping. This is enabled. There's okay. So hoppers aren't hoppering. That's not going to help us. They should. Okay, I think what problem we have is that the carts have too much momentum, so we need to kill some of their momentum when they get to the top. Let's we want sticks and iron. Let's create a few more. Okay. Let's see if that is enough to kill the momentum of the carts, so that they are more likely to stay. Hang on. I think I'm using the wrong kind of rouse again, aren't I? Well, no, it should be powered. These are not. Okay, why are you not stopping? Okay, this is not what we was expecting. Oh well, they are sort of working. I guess we'll get the goods eventually. I will figure out the kink here. I must have done something incorrectly, but yeah, this is I'm sure this is what I've done in the past. Comparators are definitely pointing the right way, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's reading off of those. It's reading this hopper. It's reading these hoppers. Should be powering this. Should be depowering this and then breaking the cycle, but alright, well, I'll figure that out off stream and we'll start gathering the resources. But we have done it. We've got the first module of our ridiculous sand farm in. As I said, this should in theory give us about 8 to 10 stacks of sand per hour, and then by the time we get the rest of them in and the pack spawning, we should be seeing an entire double chest per hour. So one overnight AFK session, and that's like what, 8 to 9 double chests, and that is going to be more sand and glass than we'll know what to do with. So I will build up some more of this. I'll build up some more of this. We'll get it all going, and then next week we will probably be back here to look at the collection. But yeah, it's just this is possibly one of the most ridiculous farms we have built so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in its final form. Just the thought of watching all of those mobs just raining down and all of that juicy loot just getting funneled all the way back to our central storage, it's gonna be something else. So I'm gonna call the stream here. I will see you all next week, and yeah, we can get this beast of a hopefully we can get this beast of a farm finished in the not too distant future. And once we have all of that glass, there's no stopping us, right? We can start work on a copper farm, we can start work on a witch farm, all of the farms. And once we have all of those resources, we can push things even further. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here for the day. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all next week. Bye.